You can't plan your performance when you're working with a horse. You know, the horse is just going to do its thing, and you kind of have to let it do its thing and respond to it. When I was interacting with the horse, you know, you had a real sense of just how the horse was feeling in that moment, and you having to roll with that. Of course, there are times when they're mischievous. There's one particular sequence in the film where Captain Nichols is biting his lip with sort of with fear and sadness. I think he knows what's around the corner, and he's going up to Joey to sort of give him strength and confidence. And Stephen wanted us both to be in a two-shot so that sort of his face was here and my face was here, and it would have looked very neat in the frame. And when the horse playing Joey was still, he was getting quite bored, so he kept drooping his head like this. And Stephen kept shouting through the bullhorn, "Tom, I need you to get his head up. We needed him in the shot." It's like, I know Stephen B's bored, he wants to go to sleep. It's like, never mind, just get his head up. And then every time I put his head up, he would move back out of the shot. So it's just very difficult. I was like, please behave, because Mr. Spielberg's not happy right now. And finally, I managed to get his head up into this two-shot. So he was there and I was here. And he sank his teeth into my shoulder. And then stayed stock still. I thought to myself, well, at least you're in the right place. Ah, you're such a sweet boy. And I swear, looking into his eyes, the horse was smiling. It was all real, except for the bullets in the guns, I'm pleased to say. Otherwise, we would have been stuffed. Yeah. Stephen had said to me when we first met, he said, "Tom, I don't want to do this with doubles. I want to do this with you. Are you good? Are you good to do this?" And I was just so excited, and Benedict and Patrick and I undertook 5 weeks of training at a stud farm outside London where we were drilled, essentially like soldiers, every single day. Learning, first of all, basic horsemanship, learning how to put saddles on and bridles and reins, and then slowly learning the signals and the sensitivity that you need with a horse, because it's not a motorbike, it's a living, breathing animal. I think it was the middle of August in 2010 when we shot it, and it was my first day, and I was at the front of this line. And the camera was suspended on a mechanical crane on the back of a 4x4 called a Russian arm. And I was having to chase the truck, essentially, but stay within 10 feet of the lens, otherwise I'd be out of focus. At the same time, tearing across this open field at 40 miles an hour with 120 horses behind me, and 120 stuntmen screaming at the top of their lungs, crying hell fury, and the thunder of 480 hooves ringing in my ears. I got to the other side of the field, there were tears streaming down my face. I was excited, I was terrified. It was, I'm sure, partly to do with the wind, but it was one of the most powerful feelings I've ever experienced. And I was so lucky that I got to bottle the excitement, knowing that I was completely safe, and that at the other end of the field, we were going to stop, come back and do it again. And there was a cup of tea waiting for me, you know, in the catering tent.